Hello and welcome to another SH Figuarts Kamen Rider review. This is Kamen Rider Joker Shinkocchou Seihou. I'm saying that can be my real bone version or version 2.0 for Kamen Rider Joker. Awesome, this figure looks great, but if you already have the SH Figuarts for Kamen Rider Cyclone Joker, or you already saw the review of that, you know exactly what to expect here. The differences are exactly the same as the original, the articulation is exactly the same, so you can just jump over to Flickr or Facebook and check out the photo shoot if you want to do that already. Or if you haven't seen this video, you can stay here and just pretty much watch me go through similar information that you would have gotten from those videos as well. Shortest review, huh? And hey, stay here. So this is a Time Machine Nation's 10th anniversary exclusive. Alongside this figure, there was also Kamen Rider Gem with this purple lining, as well as the bonus item, the little bicycle. Gem did come out separately later at a very limited quantities without the bike, hence why that figure is super expensive. We do have like level 1 that's coming out now with the silver lining with slightly different accessories, and that has reduced the price a little bit, but not too much because that figure is still super duper exclusive and rare and whatever. I don't care, I only need one version of that figure, I'm fine. But I love Kamen Rider Double so much, so I need the Kamen Rider Joker character. Apart from the shipping box, there's also an outer layer box to give it that Time Machine Nation's feel to it. And underneath this wraparound paper, you get the regular real bone box inside. Onto the figure itself, the compound eyes are excellent. They look really great. Just with the other Kamen Rider Double Figuarts in this line, they look awesome. The other ones that look just as great are the Kamen Rider Cougar figures from this subline. Amazing eyes on this figure, and it makes it even better because it contrasts very nicely with the rest of the black motif. The horns are a little bit fragile, so do be careful, try not to drop this figures, but the horns don't give that much give, and they're much sharper than the ones on the original Figuarts. The matte black finish on this overall figure is just very nice. Then again, they were nice on the old one, but the old one was slightly more plasticky, whereas this one's actually painted on top of the black plastic, I believe. On the chest, the Joker molding and painting there is much nicer. The pattern is much more detailed than the original Figuarts. They look great here. Shoulder pads also look quite nice, and doesn't seem to suffer any molding line and detail issues like my Cyclone Joker figure. Honestly, not too much to say about the upper and lower legs or the feet because the molding is pretty much similar to the other figure. The belt and buckle is, as always, loose from the actual figure itself. The Gaia memory can come out. This is still loose just like the original one, so I recommend putting just a tiny drop of blue tack inside there so that you don't lose your Gaia memory. But that does mean that pulling the memory back out, it gets a little bit hard, a little bit frustrating, but you can disassemble the belt if you want to make it pulling out a bit easier. The maximum drive slot is also a little bit loose, so put a little bit of blue tack in there if you're not too confident about keeping your memory inside. The belt and buckle details are also really nice. You get to see more of the pattern there on the right hand side where one of the sides are missing. Just see more of the black machinery and details underneath. The molding is excellent. Paint job is great. It even has that little black line down there that's missing from the DX or CSM version of the belt, which is ridiculous. And unlike the Cyclone Joker one, this full area here is done in a purple plastic paint, so instead of green and purple. Maximum drive slot detail molding is very nice as always. And the belt pattern continues all the way around the back. You got the back, which is also very detailed. The other belt just looks great. Details, aka tramp sand, are hidden very well behind this armor piece, as well as being printed as only slightly lighter grey. It would be really obvious and annoying if this was printed in white. In terms of accessories, apart from the pair of fists already attached to the figure, we have a pair of memory holding hands, a pair of posing like haha 2 finger up hands, finger pointing hands, a pair of relaxed hands, a pair of bike holding hands, and a pair of slightly spray open hands. So that's a little bit more than the original figure, and of course we have our Joker Gaia memory here. Any figure in this line, the articulation is excellent. His head can go down, go very far back, full rotation here. Shoulder pads are on a little ball peg that's on a little hinge. Double shoulder joint, arm goes up, full upper arm rotation right here. Double elbow joint, hands on a peg and swivel. Torso goes forward a little bit, goes back a little bit, sideways, sideways. Leg goes up, back, sideways. Double knee joint, foot goes up, down. Toe goes up, toe goes flat. And here's a quick look at the bottom of the feet. Quick note here, the Joker memory that comes with this figure just has a regular gold tip, so it's just a regular Joker memory. It doesn't have a silver blue tip, the T2 memory that we would have liked from the movie. That's annoying. We only have a gold tip Joker memory from the regular figure. Can we get a silver blue tip here? Bandai. Ugh. It's very clear and easy to follow, and honestly there's not too much going on here. Honestly, for the price that this figure is going for, it's really not that reasonable, because if you compare this to the regular Cyclone Joker figure, it is essentially the same figure, and yet it costs a little bit more than the other one. And yet it costs quite a lot more than the original Cyclone Joker, especially with the drop in price that came afterwards. So unless you're a die-hard Kamen Rider Double fan, you might want to give this a skip. But for everyone else, this figure looks gorgeous. Yes, it's very simple design, very basic, and a lot of the molding parts are copied from the other double forms, which will be reused a few more times for Heat, Metal, and Lunar Trigger. But whatever, this is just a great design, and the overall black sort of paint job looks really good. Molding details are great. The articulation is pretty good as well. If you're a double fan, these figures should just make you super happy. If you're a general Kamen Rider fan, you probably still want to pick this up because of how good it looks. This is just one of those designs that, yeah, you don't have to put too much stuff into it, just some basic patterns and lines and symmetry here and there, and we got something that looks amazing. Like I said, if you're anyone else, the price doesn't justify this figure, and even me, when I'm thinking logically, the price does not justify this figure with all the reused parts. However, as a Kamen Rider Double fan, this is a must-get for a lot of Double fans out there and other Rider fans. So if you like this character, pick it up, you won't be disappointed. For everyone else, if the price just seems a little bit too steep for you, you probably just want to wait, and you probably want to spend that money on other figures. Subscribe, suggest, and comment below, and of course take care, have a nice day. Time to count up your sins.